If you're watching a football video on YouTube, the chances are you've probably already seen this.
You've got no friends. If you want some, I'll give it you.
That's Gordon Hill, otherwise known as the Wealdstone Raider. And over the last 6 months, his life has been turned upside down because of that video.
Gordon joins us now.
Gordon, thanks for doing this.
Wealdstone.
We've been approached by the management for McBusted.
This is that real thing. It's happening, isn't it?
I never ever thought that I'd be mentioning the same thing.
Nothing is normal here.
What are we doing next? Busting players?
Gone from nothing to probably the most famous person in the UK at the moment.
He's got his hands. You want some? I'll give it you. I'm in a step, trying to sort of step out, and these two beautiful women pulled up in a motor and asked me for a photograph.
Wealdstone.
Wealdstone.
Watching this unfold, I couldn't help but become obsessed with the Raider and his story. But whereas most people were focused on perhaps drunk football fans saying a few funny lines, I was noticing that this was a guy who had travelled 2 hours away to support his 9th Division football side. And so I headed out to a few Wealdstone games myself and ended up becoming friends with Gordon. And eventually, he asked me to join him on what must have been one of the weirdest days in his life.
Wealdstone Raider. When I say Wealdstone, you say Raider. Wealdstone Raider. Wealdstone Raider. When I say Wealdstone, you say Raider. Wealdstone Raider.
I called Gordon in to the boardroom after a game, and I said to him, look, people are cashing in on you. There's an opportunity for you to make some money for yourself. He wasn't remotely interested.
The first time I didn't want nothing to do with it. And then the vines started off with me.
There started appearing these 6-second vines, which propelled Gordon to an incredible amount of coverage through YouTube and the national media.
The Daily Mirror launched a campaign to get to #1, and I heard the tune, and the tune was just like someone had just used clip from YouTube and it was never going to be able to go near the chart.
I thought everybody else is making money out of me. Why don't I do some good things?
He ended up in front of my management somehow, and I said, look, I want to make his tune, let's do it now. So that was a week ago. In the space of a week, wrote the track, recorded it, shot the video, got it to radio, got it in the top 40.
That was a Wealdstone Raider. Gordon Hill, forget the millions of YouTube hits, he could now be Christmas #1. And Gordon joins us now. Good morning to you.
Morning.
You alright?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, good. Harry Judd from McFly's rang up. He wants you to tell him he's got no fans. Would you mind?
He's got no fans anyway. I don't have to tell him. Thank you.
It's really nice to have you in. What time did you get into London?
About 10 minutes ago.
Already got time for the rest of the day?
I don't know. I just get pointed in that direction.
Insane.
I'm not a dog, I just go woof woof. And no, but a dog goes woof woof, I say dog no fans. I've got good people with me. This man's been absolutely, he's been beyond the talk of doing, he's been brilliant.
This is some good news, right? Geezer, Harry from McFly.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, he said,
Yeah.
So I've DM'd him. I said, are you based in London? Because we'll come down and see you. I'll do a video, push a single. He said, yes, mate, we're filming for Tech Santa today down at ITV most of the day. That's where we're going.
Them Hawks are playing well. Well, they've got more fans than you.
So we've just come out of the Talk Sports Studios. There's a kickabout for school kids and it's gone nuts. This is insane.
It's like being with Jay-Z. It's fucking mad.
No. How can you get fed up with this? Lovely people.
Paul, we've entered the top 5.
Amazing!
Top 5? Yes.
How's it feel to go top 5?
Brilliant.
We've got ITN News are picking us up in a car to take us to Wealdstone Stadium, and we're going to do an interview there, because at the end of the day, he's a Wealdstone fan. 10k behind fourth.
10k behind fourth.
It's amazing, isn't it?
We've got a radio interview with BBC Radio Cumbria, of all places.
I want to take Simon Cowell down, show him that people are behind me, that even if I don't get number one, he's going to have a fight in his hand.
Do you still make time for yourself?
At the moment, no. It's about making money for charity. I've got one chance to make as much money for charity as I possibly can. Once I've done that, I'll take a back seat, then I'll have my time. The charities that I'm doing it for is Great Ormond Street Hospital. For the first 15 years of my life, I was in Great Ormond Street Hospital. If it wouldn't be for Great Ormond Street Hospital, there'd be no Wealdstone Raider, there'd be no Jordan Hill. Autistic concern, he's a friend of mine, Northampton. He's got an autistic boy, and Wealdstone Youth.
Simon Cowell's record apparently is for charity, but it's a percentage. It's 17%. There's a legal requirement for charity that it can be called charity.
Okay.
If you give X amount of percentage of a profit, that's charity.
That's
So you can say it's for charity, yeah. Whereas this is 100% of the sales of this tune is going to the charity.
David Gordon's just got into 4 o'clock and it does not end. We've crossed the city once to go from Southwark to his club in Ruislip, and now we're heading back into the city to Oxford Circus for more publicity.
You now have a vision of Got No Fan dancers.
We've been approached by the management for McBusted. They were really keen to meet Gordon, and the guys are doing a little mini video right as we speak to help promote the charity single and raise some more money. So it's fantastic.
He's been keeping us entertained for the past month. Anything I've seen of him with me, he's just a super nice guy and just having a lot of fun and trying to do a good thing. He's not taking any of the money himself. It's amazing.
I've never thought in my life I'd meet people like you. When I say Wealdstone, you say Raider. Wealdstone. Raider. Wealdstone. Raider.
How's that?
That was surreal. I don't believe it's not happening to me. It's just something else.
Well, what's going on now?
How you paying?
Ali Pali, what's going on now?
Stop.
No one's even watching it. They're watching the Raider. What's been the most absurd moment?
I got a very bizarre request from a former Wealdstone player who's now a bit of a city boy. Asked was it possible if Gordon could nip by for their Christmas party. There was only 20 people in the room. We were all asked to leave before the maitre d' called the police. And I have to stress that it got nothing to do with Gordon Hill. It was an event that just got completely out of hand.
In spending time with Gordon, I started realising that beyond the mania surrounding him, there was also the story of a pretty special non-league football club. What makes this club so different?
We are family. It's not a football club to me, it's family.
You hear Gordon talk of Wealdstone Football Club as his family. And not just his family, it's our family.
The only way to describe Wealdstone or find out about Wealdstone is to come to Wealdstone.
It's not a cliche, we really are a family.
We all know each other. We're all friends. It's the first couple of minutes before you even have a drink, you're shaking each other's hand. Oh, I do right, yeah, this, that, and the other. You don't get that in Premier League. I don't even think you get it in a lot of non-league football clubs.
He's got a lot of people looking out for him. Hopefully that'll stay the case.
We look out for each other.
No photos while we're having a pee.
I did not get too big from my boots.
And why is that?
Listen to this one. The minute I got too big for my boots, they'd take me boots away and me legs. Come on. This is my family. This is why you come to football. All I care about is Wealdstone FC. All I care about is
The time I've spent with you, I've seen that when times got a bit tough, when those crowds just got a bit too big, you had your mates like Neil, your mates like Ray come up to you and say, "Do you want to get you out of this situation?" You didn't even need to ask.
You've just described, in your own personal words, what you do for family.
Yeah.
So I don't have to say anymore, do I?
He is absolutely giving all the time, and it's only other people like myself who are saying, let's give him a little break.
This is Wealdstone, the football club, the family. I don't know any other football club that's got the love that we have for each other in this club.
What's the future for Gordon Hill?
Who knows? People might turn around and get bored of me. It happens, it's a fad.
Yeah.
So I might be used to it, man, and I can still turn that Wealdstone. I just be a normal everyday person.
You often wonder what it's like for people who are suddenly thrown into the limelight. And as my time with Gordon went on, I started noticing the physical and emotional toll that it was having.
I had no conception of the enormity of what I was taking on.
It just went mental.
I've been working 15, 16-hour days pretty much every day.
Money for a bus, someone decided, we'll take the Wealdstone motor out. Knocked me out, had a bleed in the brain. There was in 2 minds where we didn't have to do brain surgery. Then they realised I didn't have a brain.
Through December and the first week of January, we've had over 3,000 email inquiries. 3,000.
If I'd had a bathroom,
One of these nightclubs.
in one of these nightclubs, I have to tell the bouncer about 10 minutes beforehand. I'm not used to all that.
He's come to watch the game today, but he knows, like you say, part of the responsibility is with fame comes this problem. It would be nice for him just to be able to see it.
5 minutes before the kick-off, you're standing for 20 minutes outside, just trying to get through the crowds, all trying to have a photo with this fella. And,
Well, have a look. I'm trying to get to the bar with the second half and have a look at the people out there waiting for me.
It's the second half and the Raider seems to have disappeared. It's been non-stop for weeks now, so I suppose at some point it gets too much, doesn't it? Everyone has a limit.
They have to hide somewhere. I buy caves in the middle of Scotland and hide in there.
Are there days you wish it just never happened?
Yeah.
I want to be honest with you, a reaction I get from a lot of people when I say I'm working with you is that he's just fame hungry, he's doing it for the fame.
Is that what they think?
Some people.
I'll tell them, spend a day in my life, right? Just spend one day in my life. If I wanted to be famous, surely I'd have done this 2 years ago when it first came out. I never wanted to be famous. I never wanted to be famous.
And to people who want to be famous, what would you say?
Be careful for what you wish for, because if it comes true, you don't know what you're dealing with. It can be scary.
If you had your time again,
I'd never went to that bloody football match.